you! Fight!
War, betrayal, legendary warriors. History's greatest battles weren't just fought, they were etched into time with blood and steel. If you're looking for epic war films packed with brutal combat, heroic last stands, and the raw intensity of real historical events, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down 10 of the best historical epics you can watch right now on Netflix. From medieval rebellions and World War II battlefields to modern warfare and ancient fortresses, these films bring history to life with stunning realism and unforgettable action. Let's dive in. Number 10, The Fortress. A kingdom under siege, a desperate last stand, and a brutal winter that could decide the fate of an entire nation. Set in 17th century Korea, The Fortress tells the story of King Injo, who, after a devastating invasion by the Qing dynasty, is forced to retreat to a remote mountain fortress. Surrounded by enemy forces and cut off from supplies, the king and his advisors must make an impossible choice: fight to the last man or surrender and lose their honor. This film is a gripping blend of war, strategy, and political tension, showing not just the brutal realities of battle, but the painful sacrifices that come with leadership. With stunning cinematography and an emotionally charged story, The Fortress is a must-watch for fans of historical war films. Number 9, Blood and Gold.
Friss it!
In the final days of World War II, a German deserter just wants to go home, but instead, he's pulled into a deadly fight against the SS, who are hunting for hidden treasure. Blood and Gold delivers a high-stakes mix of war, revenge, and brutal close-quarters combat. When Heinrich, a soldier who turns against the Nazi regime, stumbles upon a small town with its own secrets, he's forced into a desperate battle where greed, loyalty, and survival collide. If you enjoyed the gritty personal conflicts of war films like Fury, this one is right up your alley. With explosive action, dark humor, and an intense revenge-driven story, Blood and Gold is a fast-paced World War II thriller you don't want to miss. Number 8, Midway. A single battle that changed the course of World War II, Midway isn't just a war film, it's a high-octane, visually stunning recreation of one of the most decisive naval battles in history. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the US Navy faces impossible odds against the powerful Japanese fleet. But with bold strategies, relentless determination, and the bravery of fighter pilots and sailors, they launch a counterattack that will determine the fate of the Pacific. With jaw-dropping aerial dogfights, massive naval combat, and a true story of heroism, Midway is a must-watch for fans of large-scale war epics like Dunkirk and Saving Private Ryan. Number 7, The Siege of Jadotville.
No!
Outnumbered, not a single man lost. The Siege of Jadotville tells the unbelievable true story of a battalion of Irish UN peacekeepers who found themselves under siege in the Congo in 1961. Facing an army of mercenaries and local militias, these 150 Irish soldiers held their ground against thousands of enemy fighters, with no reinforcements, no supplies, and no way out. This film captures the intensity of modern warfare, from sniper fire to full-scale assaults, all while showcasing the courage and resilience of soldiers who refuse to back down. If you love war movies about tactical strategy, impossible odds, and real-life heroism, The Siege of Jadotville is a hidden gem you need to watch. Number 6, Mosul. In the war-torn streets of Iraq, one elite SWAT team fights an enemy that refuses to die. Based on true events, Mosul follows a team of Iraqi fighters who have gone rogue, launching a dangerous, off-the-books mission to take back their city from ISIS. These men aren't just soldiers, they're survivors, each with a personal reason for fighting. The film delivers intense, close-quarters combat and a raw, gritty look at modern urban warfare. With tight pacing, brutal action, and an emotionally charged story, Mosul is one of the most realistic and gripping war films on Netflix right now. Number 5. Fury. War is hell, but inside a tank, it's even worse. Set in the final days of World War II, Fury follows a battle-hardened American tank crew, led by Brad Pitt's character, as they push deep into Nazi Germany. Outnumbered and outgunned, they're forced into a desperate last stand, proving that in war, survival isn't guaranteed. This film doesn't just show the large-scale battles of World War II. It throws you right inside the claustrophobic, metal-plated death trap of a Sherman tank, where every fight is brutal, up close, and personal. With incredible performances, heart-pounding action, and some of the most realistic tank warfare ever put on screen, Fury is a must-watch for any war film fan. Number 4. 1917. One mission, 2 soldiers, no room for error. 1917 is unlike any other war film. It's shot in a way that makes it feel like one continuous take, pulling you straight into the chaos of World War II. The story follows 2 British soldiers who are given an impossible task: cross enemy lines and deliver a message that could save 1,600 lives. With stunning cinematography, relentless tension, and some of the most immersive battle sequences ever filmed, 1917 doesn't just show war, it makes you feel it. If you loved the raw intensity of Game of Thrones battle scenes, this movie delivers that same edge-of-your-seat realism. Number 3. All Quiet on the Western Front. War isn't about glory, it's about survival. All Quiet on the Western Front is one of the most haunting, emotionally devastating war films ever made. Set during World War II, it follows a young German soldier, Paul Boehmer, who eagerly enlists, only to be thrown into a living nightmare of trench warfare, suffering, and senseless death. With stunning cinematography, gut-wrenching battle sequences, and a chilling portrayal of the horrors of war, this film doesn't just show the battlefield, it makes you feel the fear, desperation, and loss of those who fought. If you're looking for a war film that's as visceral as it is heartbreaking, All Quiet on the Western Front is a must-watch. Number 2. Outlaw King. A fallen king, a broken army, a fight for freedom against impossible odds. Outlaw King tells the true story of Robert the Bruce, the Scottish noble who led a rebellion against England after being forced into exile. With his army scattered and his kingdom in ruins, Robert must rally his people and face off against one of the most powerful military forces in the world. Filled with gritty medieval battles, brutal sword fights, and stunning landscapes, this film delivers the same raw political intrigue and high-stakes warfare that made Game of Thrones so addictive. If you love historical war films with epic battles and legendary warriors, Outlaw King is one you can't miss. Number 1. The Last Kingdom. 7 Kings Must Die.
And war between men who wanted to be kings.
A kingdom divided, a legendary warrior, and a war that will decide the fate of England. The Last Kingdom, 7 Kings Must Die, is the epic conclusion to the hit series, The Last Kingdom, following Uhtred of Bebbanburg as he fights to unite England under one ruler. With rival kings plotting for power, Viking warlords preparing for battle, and betrayal lurking at every turn, Uhtred must decide where his loyalties lie before the entire land is consumed by war. Packed with brutal medieval combat, political intrigue, and high-stakes drama, this film is a must-watch for fans of epic warfare and gripping historical storytelling. If you haven't experienced the Last Kingdom saga yet, now is the time. That wraps up our list of the 10 best historical epic movies you can watch right now on Netflix. From the medieval battlefields of Outlaw King to the gritty realism of All Quiet on the Western Front, these films prove that history is just as thrilling and brutal as any fantasy world. Which of these movies have you seen? And is there an epic war film we missed? Drop your recommendations in the comments. If you love movies packed with war, strategy, and larger-than-life battles, make sure to subscribe so you never miss our next list of must-watch films. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.